What's good? What's good? Okay. Let's see what we got going on for today. Not here. An analysis. Here on Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Today's my birthday, by the way. Nothing special, just a normal day. But yeah. Well, we'll see what we got going on today. Today we have a decent day in terms of volatility and news, but I don't know because DXY cannot reach this external liquidity here, and I would say it's a weird state to be trading in. So at this point, for us to continue going lower, we gotta see a 1 hour gap print lower. I mean, it's looking good as a RAID Asia as well, but yeah, it's just too risky to try and look at a RAID Asia here of this very voided gap. I mean, it might work, to be honest, but I'm not sure. Generally, we do have one gap to gap, so we are valid on looking lower, but we took out drawn liquidity, which makes it way riskier for us to be looking at shorts and continue looking at shorts here. But we're gonna see. Let me remove some of this. Boom. Yeah. That's why we technically still are chilling to look at lower prices, but we took out drawn liquidity. So at this point, also considering range is voided, we should be waiting for another 1 hour gap lower to confirm we are reaching into south side again. That's pretty much it. Like, range is pretty voided. That's what makes it very risky. That's what makes it very risky here to keep going at shorts. Maybe we retest this level, but yeah, range is voided. That's why it's risky. See, 50 minute, we do have this gap here, so I'm gonna monitor depending on how it behaves. We do have a good gap here. That's pretty much it. Let's go back to euros. Ooh, euro I kind of like because we haven't reached strong liquidity. On euro we did reach this, which makes it a relative strong low, but we did react, so I'm probably gonna like euro actually. Looking at buys, and that coupled with DXY can work because we're not looking to trade DXY anyways, so we do have a good 4 hour here. We do have a good 4 hour here, and drawn liquidity stays intact, so buys can definitely be valid. That drawn liquidity changes things a lot. We also have the 1 hour gap, looks pretty good, except it's a big voided, but we're reaching equilibrium price, so it makes it fine. FVG is pretty voided, but we are reaching equilibrium, which makes it fine, and we will also potentially see a Asian sweep, so that adds a lot. Oh, this is the perfect Asia for raids, bro. Like, it would be great to have like a W from raid Asia today, but we do have this here, which yeah, makes it slightly dangerous, but we'll see. This is the perfect raid Asia though. This is the perfect profile for raid Asia. Really good Asia. Really good Asia for raid, or for our RIMC also. So I see on Geo there is a big difference here. We're more likely to be switching bearish. We're also the weaker pair. Generally we're the weaker pair, so kind of definitely expecting, I mean, we're definitely retracing towards this. So here on Geo we actually have a valid retracement trade, I would say, towards this, but let's see if we have confluence on the hourly. So here we're definitely gonna start retracing towards that 4 hour gap. So let's see, 1 hour, did we inverse? We did inverse, so this kind of makes it a valid idea to be looking at shorts towards this. Have to be slightly careful at this, but overall it should be fine. This is good, looking good for us to keep looking at shorts. So yeah, this is actually decent to look at shorts. We did inverse, but we lack area for our trigger, by the way. So careful at that. Yeah, it does look like a good rate Asia. And I'm definitely gonna see that retracement. We're gonna slightly refine here with the 50-minute. And yeah, it just looks good. This is basically my idea here. This like a trending Asia. And looking at shorts here towards void, towards filling this big ass void on the 4 hour. So yo, it's looking good actually. This is a decent idea. So let's see AU. I mean AU, we're not really looking to be traded anyways. Here I really feel like it's gonna fail. I mean, kind of two things can happen. Is either we fail off the high and we start breaking lower massively, or I think we actually, this becomes our drawn liquidity. This is where we should be probably reaching into, and from here we can still react higher because we do have this 4 hour gap here, but definitely looks like it's failing off this rejection block. It's a very heavy rejection pattern. So yeah, heavy rejecting pattern here. Very likely we're reaching into that internal sell side underneath the order block. But yeah, we didn't take liquidity. Price action is a bit weird, but I would say we actually held the supply right here, which I kind of expected, to be honest. And then we had like a weird inverse. I would say probably this inverse is way more relevant. This inverse right here, so we had like supply to inverse, and now we're looking to target the soul side. Yeah, this also looks like a good setup, decent setup, I would say. Decent setup. And let's see the 50-minute. We were nicely rejecting here, so I want to see kind of in ranges balance. Okay, this is a nice setup. We're gonna see also this is looking pretty good, but we did reach a when we also reached the 4 hour, which makes it very likely to be starting to have a retracement, as we usually trade when we take range highs or we take liquidity, we start retracing. But we have this 4 hours, so we're gonna see. Let's go gold. How was the timing? Okay, we have time. So gold, we did take buy side and tap the 4 hour, which makes it really likely to start retracing. But drawn liquidity is really close. That's kind of the only realistic red flag about this, and we don't have an inverse, so sadly don't have an inverse, which invalidates the trade. We sadly don't have an inverse, which invalidates the trade. Trade also makes it more likely to be bullish. Yeah, this definitely makes it more likely. Actually looking good here to be buying off this internal low here. So also this can be a good rate Asia, except that like if we wouldn't have taken this buy sell liquidity, so probably the best choice here to be trading it, because we have this red flag, is waiting for a 1 hour gap, then looking to trade a 1 hour gap higher. That would be probably the move here. UK, I'm not even gonna look at this. I'm probably not even gonna make an analysis. This is dog shit, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing, UK? Okay, so here let's see, let's analyze a bit more on DAX. We're still kind of struggling with that inverse, but yeah, it's a lot of resistance. I don't know, generally I feel like we're reaching into the sell side at some point, but this order block is also pretty good. Like it's a bit hard to say here. We're still holding that inverse, so again highly likely we print lower. We probably, but we have this drawn liquidity, this and we did form a 1 hour gap, but I don't know, the setup I feel like it's risky. And we did form a 1 hour gap to confirm that we're holding that, but we don't have realistic draw. We do have this, which looks like a good draw, I would say. So yeah, I might work this one as well. And we have a 1 hour gap confirming the intent lower. Overall looking to draw towards that really good wick FVG, I would say. Let's see how 50 minutes looking. Yeah, it's looking good like a rate Asia, but we're gonna see how London Open behaves. Here we definitely need to wait for I would say we're still probably gonna print lower on UJ, except that we just had a reaction, a temporary reaction. So we're probably gonna still dwell towards that south side, but now we just retrace towards 4 hour, which makes sense, right? retrace towards 4 hour. Then if we see a 1 hour gap confirming that we're sustaining that, I think this, bro, I thought I changed this. Didn't I change it? I thought I changed this, but whatever. 4 hour FG, that's not gonna write, because yeah, I don't want to be staying here too long. This order block is also pretty fucking good, and we do have this inverse to trigger lower prices, and we're just waiting an inverse and inverse to trigger lower prices. Let's see, this order block is probably what we're gonna use actually, so I'm gonna refine a bit more. Yeah, that's why we're kind of reacting here, so we need to see a move lower. This also looks like a good rate Asia, but I don't think we can be trading this. I don't think we can be trading this like a straight off rate Asia on UJ. Yeah, we need to see like a failed swing or some shit. So let's try and rate what are the best pairs for today. Let's think. I would say probably Euro, definitely first. AGU looks good. AU looks good. Code, we need confluence, so it's instantly gonna go lower. UK gotta fly from here. DAX is probably one of the lower quality, so UJ and gold, they need confluence. DAX is very risky, and yeah, the best is definitely Euro to be looking at. Rate Asia here, except this kind of makes it risky, so we gotta be careful of that, because we might hold version 10 from here. GU looks good for looking at a retracement trade, and also AUD USD looking good, as I think probably AUD USD is the best here, except that it's not really that clean. I would say it's not the cleanest price action of all time, but we have solid drone liquidity. We have area. This is our area. That indeed is mitigated, but it doesn't really matter. Area. We don't have buy sell liquidity getting taken. We have supply respected and 1 hour inverse. It's a bit of an unconventional setup, but it definitely might work, because we have really strong sell side in my opinion. Yeah, really strong sell side here, and this lost relevance when we did this, so we might have a good trade here. We have potential for definitely good trades, but yeah, we need on gold and UG, we need to wait for confluence. Like here we need like something I'm trying to do right now is when we have opposing or one of the confluences, I don't know, one of opposing, like strong opposing confluence, I need to wait for another confluence to kind of take that away. So in this case, looking at buys straight up lower time frame buys off here, it would be too risky. So but it's the right place, waiting for 1 hour gap to confirm and 10 higher, and that we're reaching back into here. If we don't do that, we just might get trapped and price might go lower, because we have this really strong, we have one confluence and two confluence, and this is only one. So with that we're waiting for two, and these kind of get rejected, if that makes sense. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna go smoke real quick, and I'm gonna be back for London. But I do like a lot of pairs today. Yeah, we have solid pairs. I don't know if we're gonna reach into this though. That's what I gotta be careful about on Euro. We might just hold version 10. I kind of seen rate Asias like this that we hold off this 50-minute FVG. We might also come here, but yeah, it's gonna be relatively hard. It's not gonna be that simple. Okay, AUDUSD is initiating really well, but I'm gonna wait for a retracement here. That's exactly kind of what I want to see here on AUDUSD. But we're gonna wait and see what it do. See what we got. Sirskis. We see AUD USD retracing, so I'm probably gonna watch AUD here. And seeing what we do exactly. If you're retracing, give a proper entry, I'm down to be looking at shorts. Even though it's AUD USD, for me the setup is textbook mostly. It has a bit of variation of usual, usual model, I would say, but yeah. We're gonna see. We gonna see. It's kind of like a counter Raid Asia, trading the opposite of Raid Asia. You see, we have this low swept. I'm gonna retrace and we look to trade against it. So yeah, I do trade failures of my models as well. But Geo's weird, we don't have volatility. I'm gonna place an alert. Probably, yeah, around here I would say. And Euro, we need to see this lows getting swept. If we sweep the high, we're very likely to be printing lower actually. Because of this 50-minute inverse that ended up holding through midnight price action, New York close as well. But yeah, let's see what AUD is doing here, because we might have a potential short. I would like to see that. Oh shit, my bad. We already mitigated the hourly. It just was a bad drawing. But yeah, if we see, I'm taking this shit right now. We see this shit right here, targeting these equal lows, 3.8. Yo. Yep, sir. Yep, sirskis. We see lower time frame Geo clearly. Euro is clearly the strongest. Geo somewhere in the middle. AU is probably the weakest actually. So I still believe in going to the sell side. We might not, but I still believe in the idea. Yup. Yup. I'll say this should be an easy 3R trade, like easily. We have to pay a bit of attention because this is a bit of a high resistance area, but overall I still think we're easily drawn lower. We have to probably be careful at this here. Oh, but we mitigated. That's actually pretty nice. Us seeing mitigation like this loses relevance for that POI, so I'm just gonna get ready in case we have an execution here. Trade off of London Open maybe. FX verify. We also have very consistent order flow getting respected here. Sweep, FVG, boom, FVG, boom, order block, boom, order block, boom. This is more like FVG here. But yo, I'm being patient. AUD we gotta really be patient with our entries and generally looking at trading this pair. Because yeah, it's not usually a London pair. AUD is Asia, USD is New York. But in this case, since Asia didn't really print that much, we might see some volatility in London, printing like 15 pips. This is usually a rate Asia profile, but yeah, we see what we do it. I want to see a strong close on the next candle. I don't want to see one more candle close and then I'm just straight up gonna take it. Yeah, the stop loss is small, but yeah, this is probably the R I'm looking for. 3R is fine. So yeah, usually kind of small stop loss, but we don't really have a protection spot, if that makes sense. So this is just based on the CVT. See on the 1 minute, maybe 1 minute can give us a bit more context. I'll probably still like to see a sweep into this. That would be probably better. And now we're expecting pretty much bullish. So we're gonna see. So pretty slow London Open. Let's see DAX. I forgot about DAX. DAX can be valid if we look at trading lower, and we do have this nice hourly gap. So I'm probably gonna take a demo here. It's been a while since I took demos, to be honest. Trade market. So oh shit, but I got filled extremely bad. Extremely bad, but yeah. This is risky because we already took draw on liquidity out, so makes it risky. But yeah, I would still say we're probably drawn lower. But yeah, this would have been a good entry on the 1 minute. I feel like really nice 1 minute inversion here. But nah, yeah, on the 3 minute it's not that great. Let's see. Stop loss a bit more above, I would say, like this. Okay, AOD means okay. Why are they display slower, but AOD isn't? We got like a good buy sell liquidity sweep into that hourly FVG here, but for us to be trading this, we gotta see. Technically, we gotta see one more gap, and we already kind of missed the train, if that makes sense. And already the entry happened on the 1 minute. We already missed the train, but it's nice to see the idea play out if it does play out. What will be our draw on higher time frame? I would say probably this. I don't really expect this low to get taken, but yeah, this generally should be our draw. I would say probably we can move it like right here. Boom. But yeah, this ended up being a pretty decent trade, and sadly I don't really take 1 minute, and the inverse wasn't complete. Higher time frame is a bit risky here, so yeah, this wasn't a trade I would take, but it is clean that the buy sell liquidity sweep here and the inversion, this is really clean actually. Really clean model on the 1 minute, but the inversion wasn't complete. Sadly, it didn't fully close below it. Would have made it riskier, but I would have probably just taken it still. And drawn liquidity is taken, so in this case we need to wait for another confluence to be generated for us to be taking shorts here. But it's still nice to watch it. At least I do really like this pattern here, how we sweeped and massively rejected lower instantly, and also fully filled out hourly FVG. So yeah, this is very clean. But yeah, but yo, we couldn't have taken it possibly. It's just a risky profile. We do have one confluence, two confluence, but we have an opposing confluence. and we need to wait for one more, basically. Ump, 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 ump. Wow. I was so tired when I woke up today. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, bruh. I feel like there's gonna be a sell happening here, but yo, should we take this gamble demo short? I wanna really play with this gamble demo short. Market limit, so we're gonna do like right here. It's already good. Boom. And yeah, maybe we get a re-entry, but I don't know. I still want to take this. Still too risky because John Liquidity got taken, range low got taken. It's too risky to see bullish intent building right here. And AUDUSD is holding bullish for now, so we might see the retracement on. I want to see how this gap ends up holding. We might see that retracement on GU. Still waiting on this. Let's see if this gamble actually works. I feel like it's not a bad trade, but it's just like buy sell liquidity into 3-minute NBG, into massive London Open momentum. But I just want to test out and see. I feel like because it's so voided, it might actually work. It might actually work, but we're gonna see just for fun. Just for funsies. A little kind of tired today, but it is what it is. We gotta do what we gotta do, gangy. The market ain't gonna wait for our tiredness or our feelings. Gold very volatile today. It did nothing. Nothing. Zero. This might actually hold because this is such a good gap. Even though it's small, it's a gap around that liquidity level, kind of perfectly overlapping almost. And that's why it's so good. Hi, bro. Good morning. I mean, for me, it's morning. I don't know for you. But good morning. Yeah, it's just a demo. This is a demo also. And we're gonna see if we have this AUDUSD. Apparently, we might come for this. Towards sweeping this. So that might be even better, actually. Might be even better. Let's watch the Yuki trade until, yeah, something happens. I'm probably gonna go drink another coffee soon because hell nah, I'm tired as fuck. Coffee spelled backwards is e-fuck, and I don't give an e-fuck about anything or anyone until I have my coffee. I think I know this from bro, that guy. Kevin Gates is a fucking persona, bro. That guy is Kevin Gates. He fuck.
You did not start no car battery with your bare hands.
If I didn't, may God murder my children. I hate that I even spoke about it. If I didn't, may God murder my children.
No, don't say that.
Please, kill them right now today. And to be honest with you, I just put my hands over the battery and pray, Lord, please let this woman battery restore.
Bro, what was that e-fuck, man? This one.
Coffee spelled backwards is e-fuck. And before I have my coffee, I don't give e-fuck about anything. Coffee spelled backwards is e-fuck.
This guy's a fucking. This guy is something else, man. May God murder my children. Who the fuck says that shit? Who the fuck says that shit, Genki? This is a really good idea, actually. What I don't really like feel iffy about is this price action. It's just consistent order flow. That's why I think the best choice would have been seeing a kind of like sweep, a sweep of this trend line, because we have a big trend line, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that I'll see how the entry looks. I would want to see it swept though. um I think I had target. Okay, not target. mm, Liquidity, this one. Okay, so we found the trend line liquidity, so I would want to see trend line liquidity sweep here before considering taking entries. I don't know why I feel like this order block is what we're gonna hold, but it might also just continue lower. That is not forbidden, definitely not. Not forbidden. Nasdaq, okay, Nasdaq. Oh shit. God damn. It's probably like a silver bullet entry here. People be trading shit like this, bro. They be getting crazy R's with the silver bullet model. Almost silver bullet, not really, but in terms of R, if you manage to time your entry well and take this shit, bro. God damn, man. God damn. I used to trade the Nasdaq for at some point, and it worked really well. I used to be trading 1 hour liquidity raise into 1 minute gaps, and only had like 20 minutes to be trading it. So here, this can be a valid 1 hour. We didn't have a 3 minute gap, but I usually took like open gaps. In this case, is this. Boom. Open gap, stop loss above the high, bro. The strategy used to work so well. It's crazy. I might actually get back into backtesting it a bit, because I feel like it would be a good mechanical strategy to look for sometimes, because this shit worked really well. Like, only looking at open, maybe we can use 1 hourly gaps as well here. Only looking at open gaps, that was it. Like, only like in this case, it would have gotten manipulated, I feel like. Or no, oh shit, no, it ended up leaving here of the same version. I think I saw people taking this setup right here. I did actually see people taking this setup on Instagram. But yeah, I will probably get into backtesting a bit of Nasdaq soon, maybe today. Backtesting a bit of Nasdaq. That strategy was decent actually. Had pretty good results on one of my accounts. I had a, let me try and see if I can find that account. I had one account, 160 account, that I missed. Like, I did a mistake on, and I breached it by mistake. That it had like a pretty high win rate. So let's see, breached. Yeah, this one. Let me, please tell me I can see my win rate, because I feel like this account had a pretty good win rate. I mean, it had a pretty decent win rate around here. Now what was this? Almost passing the account. What do you need to pass the account? 480. This was like, I don't know, but I lost a lot of accounts on this. God damn. On the breach part, look how, I mean, not that many, like 4 accounts and 50k. This was a sad account, bro. Like, this was a sad account. I passed phase 1 and I lost phase 2. But yeah, these ones were just unprofitable. I mean, these ones were unprofitable. Like, I probably lost, like, I think this account I just lost, like, straight up lost. Yeah. Straight up lost, and it took me 1 month to lose this account. Hi bro, welcome to the stream. It took me 1 month to lose the account, so from going from straight up losing to now being break even for 10 months, definitely is progress compared to what I was doing here. God damn. I want to see also, I think this one was a bit more decent. What is inactive? Oh yeah, this was the one I passed. You look for Euro USD. Yeah, me too. I'm kind of looking if we sweep this low how we're behaving, but I don't really like it that much. I took some demos. This is a decent demo I saw. Also this one on DAX, I did take a bad entry, but yeah, I'm watching AUD USD. This was actually one of my good accounts that I passed. I mean, not necessarily. I think I don't even remember exactly what happened here, but I lost trade. This was probably shit. There was like -7%, and then I don't even know what this win is, and I just started consistently winning. I think it was a really good market period, but I traded really little on this account. Because I was trading a strict system here. That's why I didn't have trades for so long. Jesus fucking Christ. I used to not have trades for like April 8. It's like 2 weeks in a row. No trade, no trade, no trade, no trade. Bro, like this is probably a big downside of a mechanical strategy. What was my win rate here? My win rate was probably 50. Yeah, I don't remember this. 50 with a 2R. Yeah, win rate is better, but I still think it's what I'm doing now is a bit better because yeah, it's mastering mastering intuition basically, and it's gonna give me a way higher win rate. If I'm gonna be able to master it, it's gonna give me like at least 60. At least 60. I blow my account psychology, bro. Do that to me. You blow your account because psychology, you mean? Yeah, me too, bro. I blew a lot of accounts because of psychology. A lot of accounts, but bro, with time, it gets so easy to have the proper psychology. Like with time, like you keep going, like your brain just kind of gets used to it, and you're not even emotional about trading anymore. I mean, that's the state I'm in right now. I don't even care about results. And this account, you can see when you look at the account that I have now, you can say it looks good. You can say it looks good, but I'm not gonna be here and worry for nothing, right? I'm just gonna keep on locking in, because yeah, compounding effort 6.2. I did have this good, this should have ended up holding, but I don't even know what I did wrong. Oh, I do know what I did wrong. I smoked weed, and smoking weed always destroys my consistency. But yeah, we're gonna see. I'm looking to replicate this right here. This was what happened when I was purely locked in for like 3 months on execution. This is what I want to do now, and probably results will always follow. Will always follow what you do. So for me, it's a bit harder to achieve profitability because I have to be really focused every single session. Every single session, that's how you're gonna use intuition. And also, I was thinking, why is trading so hard? So I think we had that trade, I don't know, yesterday we had that trade, yeah, that we got stopped out and ended up running towards 10R. I think we had like this and this, and look how much he fucking ran. This was my final target. We almost reached it, but it would have been like 9.3. The thing is why I'm like, my trading is so hard and it takes a lot of time to master is because on the 1 minute, every couple candles, I consider a decision, right? I see this, I consider a decision. I see this, I consider a decision. I see this, I have to think about making a decision. I see this, I have to think about it. Like every couple candles in a trade, there's like probably 50 decisions to be considered. And throughout all these candles getting printed, if I make one decision wrong, it can really cause the trade. In this case, this decision wasn't that bad. I closed around here, but it's just, that's why it's hard. Like, my phone is calling 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. I was speaking on the phone, bro. Today I'm gonna get a lot of calls because it's my birthday. Sorry for being AFK. Yo, you guys left, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm also looking at UJ, but I need to see this hourly gap get inversed. This can be a good rate Asia though, but yeah, I need to see this get inversed before considering anything to do. I need to see this hourly gap get inversed. Even though it looks good, I think it just missed us on the scan though. But that's fine. This looks like a good market structure shift. It's slightly choppy. It's not the cleanest, but it does look like a good market structure shift. Like rate on liquidity, this is also pretty clean. We rated liquidity here. Boom, formed a rebalance low, rated liquidity, broke lower, and now we take this inversion. Yeah, it looks good. 5 minutes, I don't really see shit, but yeah, I'm not gonna take the shorts yet on my funded until I see this getting inversed. It's just too risky for me. Also, this order block looks relatively dangerous, but I'm gonna take it on the demo. I don't see anything on the 5, bro. Besides, like for me, 3 minutes is giving clarity here, and this might also get swept. This right here, but we're gonna see. And the displacement is decent, but it kind of isn't. Like it has a breakaway here, but yeah, it's probably gonna go. But yeah, still waiting on AUDSD. AUDSD is the pair I like. GUI like Euro is very weird. I think it actually will hold lower. I've seen this is usually one of my techs, but like the model I traded for a long time, raid Asia, waiting for low sweep and then looking at buys. But I actually think it's gonna hold sell because we have too much resistance here, and I've seen the setup fail many times like this. So if we actually dwell higher here, we're probably gonna fail lower, and yeah, and just go GU. I'm down to be looking at some shorts here of the inversion. Buy sell liquidity getting taken into inversion, and overall looking to draw here, but we did take this, which might make it a bit risky. So I'm gonna be careful at this. I'm gonna be careful at trading these pairs today, but yeah. DAX is probably still gonna work. He had that really good really good buy sell liquidity sweep here into 1 minute FVG. I did take my entry badly on the demo, but that's fine. This really good gap that ended up holding 3 times, and we probably should easily hold lower. But yeah, I'm curious if this UK ends up working. I also really like this gap. But yeah, these are demos that are very too risky to be taken on the funded. This is a good time to be scaling in here. Echo. They're gonna see I'm probably going shit. We're gonna probably like realistically trimming, but I don't know how to exactly trim. I think you place like a buy limit. No, isn't this how you trim on TradingView? I'm not entirely sure if this is how you trim, but I'm gonna try anyways. So I want to trim like 30%. So I'd put a buy limit with 30% of the lot size we have. It's okay, bro. It's okay. Welcome to the stream, bro. You're welcome anytime you want to come here, bro. Don't worry. We're gonna be seeing what it does, but yeah, I don't know. Is this how I take partials on demo on TradingView? I feel like I've seen people do it, but I'm not sure. Like realistically, I'm not that sure this is how you trim. Probably. I don't know. USD still chopping around, still waiting on that inverse, but we'll probably see that liquidity sweep too. We probably will come here, but yeah, we're gonna be seeing how it do. Euro is very choppy for now, so I feel like at this point it's not even gonna carry. It's most likely gonna initiate, like straight up initiate. not play the raid Asia, but this looks good over trendline liquidity sweep into that. What is the zone? 4 hour? What is the zone, bruh? Oh, it's a 1 hour plus a 50-minute AVG. A 1 hour inversion plus a 50-minute AVG here. This order block also looks good, so yeah. And from here, looking at shorts, so we're drawing lower on the higher time frame. Boom. Good job, bro. You don't have to be like, I told you, I told you, I told you, bro. Chill, bro. Like, it's not a battle of who's right or wrong. It's just just trading. Yeah, I did. Sure, I wanted to place a limit, but for me to take lives inversion, because we did take a 4 hour IVG. So I mean, we didn't really take a 4 hour. We took this order block, which I did refine. It's all good, bro. It's all good. It's just like, it's all good. In this case, I would probably, didn't you enter this USD JPY trade? Or no? I feel like right now it's probably this gap that's gonna be holding. We're very likely not gonna reach back into premium prices. Did you take this or look at USD? You said 5 minute, but I don't see anything on the 5 minute. You keep saying look at the 5, but I don't see anything. Oh no, you probably left. No, yeah. Probably made you mad, but yeah, I'm sorry, bro. But I'm always trying to teach and make people better. Like it's okay to be like I told you, but it's like a battle of ego when you're speaking like this. And I'm not here to, I don't know, hit on you, or you took this. Okay, where did you take it? Because I'm curious, where did you take it? Because I don't see an entry. I don't know, you probably trade different than me. I don't know exactly how you trade, if you traded VGs or not. I know we talked yesterday, but I don't fully remember what we talked about. Okay, I wanted to trim here, but maybe I should have placed it here. So market, so this looks good. AUDUSD looks good, like it's about to break lower. In 5 minute, bro, 1 hour FVG and 1 daily FVG. But what price did you take your entry? I'm trying to understand. Oh yeah, we did have a hourly FVG, but I was looking at this order block actually. And daily FVG, yeah, it's more like a gap, I would say, rather than an FVG. But in 5 minute, bro, I don't see any. I don't know how you take this on the 5 minute, to be honest. Like, I'm being fully honest, I have no idea how you took this. You market execute, because you keep telling me to look at 5 minute, but I don't see anything on the 5 minute. I just see this break of structure, that's it. And for me, 3 minute gives me clarity here. Like 3 minute, I understand you taking an entry here, or I don't know actually. And I was probably gonna hold this FVG, as I said. I probably could have moved this here, but it's fine. What R we would have gotten? Oh, we would have gotten 2R here, so I can probably do that. 5 minute order block. This one. Oh, and this is, I mean, yeah, the order block, and you basically took your entry on the retest of it. I don't know, maybe these candles. But do you market execute or do you limit execute? I do limits. I sometimes do okay, this is holding really well, and I did say this is a potential of scaling on this inversion here. Gold still struggling. DAX almost hit that first TP, I would say. I don't know if this is how you take. partials, I have no idea generally. And if I'm gonna hit close, it's gonna close my full position, so I have no fucking idea. This is how I've seen people take partials on TradingView, by having buy limits or buy stops, I guess. But yeah, it's gonna be a good setup if we, especially if we inverse. I'm down to be. Oh yeah, I trimmed. Okay, nice. So now I trimmed a portion of my, yeah, okay, so this is how you take partials. Okay, that's nice. So now I trimmed 30%, and now it's leaving the runner towards this. Maybe I should have trimmed 22%, but it's fine. We're having fun with demos as well. This is one other target that we have. I would say that we should be easily reaching into. And what is my last target? Oh yeah, but this order block is pretty dangerous. We do have this kind of 50-minute VG here, so maybe that's gonna be. But yeah, the entry could have been better. Maybe could have been a trade that I would take, but yeah, I'm gonna go drink another coffee. I'm gonna let this probably run. It's like targeting is really hard here. You don't really have. I'm paying attention to this inverse, which can be dangerous, but I'm probably gonna trim another 11 here on the second TP, and then just leave the runner towards final. I'm probably gonna trim. We have 22, so I'm probably gonna trim like 15 and let the rest run towards final. And probably at this point we're going, I mean, not really break even, because if we would have had that entry there, it would have been fine to go break even, but I think it's fine here as well. So I'm kind of practicing trade management here also. Like, I feel like demos, this is what it's useful for, just practicing. And yeah, we're still waiting on these though, and waiting on UJ to be breaking lower. But yeah, realistically I think we took our entry like here almost. Yeah, we gonna see. AUD is actually um, giving an entry here. I was looking at AUD. We're probably gonna take this on the 3 gap here. We can also take it on the 5, but probably 3 minute is the best choice. 5.5. We have 2.2 R on the lows. AUD risk calculator. We need FX verify. 5.5, 1%, 9 lots. 9 lotter. I want to do this actually, but we ended up melting hard. I don't know if we're gonna retrace, but I'm gonna place it anyway because this is exactly the setup I've been waiting for. Let's see on the 1 minute, it's on this small gap. On this inverse, okay. 9.11 pending order, sell limit 0.96, stop loss 0.65155, and take profit is in 0.64975. But we're just melting. I don't know if we're gonna retrace at this point. We're just melting. Same with GU, same with Euro. I did say Euro is probably gonna initiate at this point, and also DAX ended up hitting the second day profit here. UJ is not really complying to that idea, but yeah, this is gonna be my trade for today. We'll see if we retrace, but I'm not willing to place it any lower because this is where I get 2R, and that's it. We might get it, we might not. That's completely fine. Whatever happens happens, and yeah, that's my trade idea. Taking some shorts here. I was waiting initially for this inversion, but we just fucking melted. I would have wanted to get an entry here, get a retest, and then continue lower, but we're gonna see. I don't know if we're gonna retrace. Probably will. And usually when we have deep displacements, like hard displacement, we also have deep pullbacks. That's why this entry makes kind of a lot of sense. And we're looking to target this equal lows here. It's a perfect target, perfect target. You get like 2 point something equal lows here as a perfect target. So basically, to summarize what this trade is, let me go back on the 5 minute. Okay, so basically what we did here on AUD is we came into this reclaimed FVG, we end up holding it, and then on the hourly we hold the supply form here and we inverse this hourly, and on the retest of the hourly I looked for an inversion to confirm the entry lower and to confirm that hourly is holding, and here's where I took my entry. We'll see if we get tapped in. But yeah, overall looking to target these equal lows here, very clean target. But yeah, we'll see if we manage to retrace, but I don't know if we will. Yeah, let's see what DAX doing. DAX doing pretty well. Maybe we trimmed unnecessarily on that low, but I don't necessarily think so. This gap is looking good here also on AUD, but on DAX, my bad. I don't know if we're gonna get a top 10 on this. It just looks like it's gonna melt drastically towards that TP. Okay, Euro ended up reacting pretty hard over lows. Interesting. Might be still playing that bullish case. We'll see. What is the UK trade doing? Okay, still chilling. Probably still gonna work. These demo trades probably gonna work, and apparently the UJ trade is working as well for now, but we need to see that hourly inversion. So UJ becomes one of the trades I'm looking at. Euro not really, but UJ and Euro and AUD/USD. On AUD/USD we already have an order. I'm still gonna let this open because I do believe in this trade, and I do believe we're gonna get a deeper pullback. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go finish drinking my coffee, and I'm gonna be back in a few minutes. we're gonna get wicked. Yeah, bro, I stream daily. I'm sorry for being AFK, but yeah. Did we get tapped or not? Would be crazy to get tapped in it. Oh shit, we got tapped. Oh my god, bro. We got tapped into this. What the fuck? I thought. Nah, I think this is just lucky, to be honest. Oh my god, that was so lucky, bro. I placed my order with like 0.2 pips lower, and I get tapped in like this. Okay. Yeah, I stream daily, bro. I stream daily London, New York, and I also stream my journaling. We're gonna see if we inverse this. If we inverse, I might be scaling in. Apparently we're tapped in. I didn't really expect to get tapped in. I didn't even check my MetaTrader. We gotta see if this gets inversed. If not, we're probably gonna reach back into higher prices. We do have a 3-minute gap here, so. And GU and Euro ended up printing pretty bullish. Okay, now we inversed. We're expecting really well here on UJ, but yeah, it's just like not tradable for me, sadly. This setup now, unless we get like a proper retest. Euro ended up printing hard as fuck, and also GU. But GU, I still feel like we're gonna go lower. So yeah, we did choose the best pair here. We can clearly see how weak AUD USD is compared to GU and Euro. We can clearly see, like, there's no doubt in mind, right? We see that we chose the best pair for shorting here. Let's see how UK is doing. Still consolidating. DAX, oh shit, almost hit our take profit. Now we're probably in the reverse, but it's fine, it's a demo. So yeah, this is nice respection here. Nice, really nice gap formed on UJ around that 1 hour inverse. Could have maybe taken it, but I feel like it's risky without seeing a proper retracement. So we're gonna pay attention to AU, to the trade that we're actually in. So if this gets inverse, I might be scaling in with another position, except that the fact that, yeah, our stop loss would be pretty risky on here around this high, but we're gonna see. I don't want to see this 3-minute get inverse. That would be a good sign, but we got really nicely tapped in. I think that was just luck, to be honest. Like, that was just like my good habit of mine, and I decided to place my entry lower to place it around that inverse, but this was just luck, to be honest. This was just luck getting tapped in here. Like, this is crazy. It was no sign, it's just luck. My entry was generally on this 3-minute, but I just placed it lower to cover spread, and yeah, in this case really ended up playing out well for me. But we'll see if it carries on. Like, this getting tapped at like this for now doesn't really mean much unless we, I don't know, hit TP. But yeah, I don't really like drone liquidity for me. This is why I really like this trade. For me, drone liquidity here is so obvious, like this very obvious equal lows. We should be probably easily reaching, except we do have a bit of resistance around here, but I still think we should probably easily reach into this. But it does depend to what the market wants to do, right? As always, I want to see how, if we hold this, if we hold this to support the break lower and inverse. But yeah, that was just luck, and I think one factor it was luck getting tapped in here, and also spread, that this pair doesn't really have a lot of spread. It only has like a very little amount of spread. Like now it has like 0.3 pips, 0.4 pips spread. But yeah, was a lot of luck involved. This is not a great sign here, definitely not. And we're also inversing the 1 minute, but we're gonna let it sit and see what it do. Would be nice though to get like a full TP off this crazy wick entry. It would be absolutely crazy to hit TP off this. For now we're respecting that 1 minute, which is nice, but I do want to see it support the inversion lower. If it doesn't, that doesn't really mean much. If we don't support the break lower, but we will probably by the looks of it. Yeah, this was just a lucky entry, to be honest. I very rarely get lucky in trading, but this is a case where I actually did with this entry. I thought I missed because my trading view, like my initial entry was here on this 3-minute gap. But yeah, you're gonna see what it do. How do I deselect this? Okay, let's check the other pairs. Yeah, I mean, here it's just a bit risky unless we build like that fractal high that I always talk about. We build a strong structural point so I can place my stop loss here. Like trying to enter here and placing my stop loss here is way too risky because we didn't retrace towards equilibrium and we're very prone to retrace. So I would want to see a fractal build here before considering to take this entry. But yeah, probably main TP here on the demo trade that we had on DAX should have been on this zone, which is I think something. What is that? 50-minute FVG, right? A 50-minute FVG, and UK still holding, but probably still gonna draw lower and fill that gap. But yeah. I still think GU and Euro are gonna print bearish. Yeah, GU's probably gonna print bearish. I see this as a big liquidity rate to just sweep these. This was very clear liquidity, so we had to sweep it and we tap into that hourly inverse that we had, hourly plus 50-minute here, or you can call it 50-minute inverse, whatever you want to call it. That's why we got that sweep. Now it's just about if we want to create lower. This, I don't know what this is. We have news or something. Yeah, this is not a great sign, but yeah, I'm still gonna let it rip because I still believe in the trade. But it would have been nice to just that. But yeah, this was where my initial entry was anyways. Let's see DXY. What was my bias on DXY? Being bearish? Yeah. They come exactly into that POI that I marked. We hella fucking wicked it. So meaning we're bearish would probably mean the other pairs are gonna be bullish, and we did sweep the low here, and we're very likely on holding higher, which means probably these pairs being bullish will drag AUD USD with it. But yeah, I still trust this AUD USD trade, and I kind of still trust seeing GU fail here lower. So that means DXY will be bullish, but it's just weird, right? I don't really like DXY correlation matters with Euro. Like with GU has like a 16% impact. DXY has a 60% impact on GU, and on Euro it has like 60. On AUD USD probably very small, very small. But on Euro it has like 60. So that's why you should always look to pair with Euro, but with GU it has 16%. It's a big difference in percentage. 60% to 16%, a big ass difference. This is not looking really great, but yeah, I still like the trade, and I still like this FVG here, and I still like how it looks in general. Now would be a better point to be scaling in. So that lock that we got on the first move that tapped us in didn't really matter because we would have tapped us in on the second leg anyway. So yeah, but still nice to see that that's a good habit to always place your entry a bit lower than the FVG you enter on, because cover spread. Like that's a smart thing to do because yeah, it's just smart to do it. Let's see if this gets inverse. For now it's looking good, especially on the 3-minute how we're looking. I don't like how this rejection is looking right here. Now it might be better to scale in, depending on if we inverse or how we behave exactly. Now it would be way better to be scaling in, because now we have like structure, a bit of structure. We also have a liquidity sweep, so that would make scaling in way better here. And probably like the stop loss coming in above this AVG here, like a 4.5, let's say 5 pips, and probably the same target. Like in this case, this is a very rare case that I don't have more than one target here. I wouldn't really expect us to go lower than this, so even if I scale in, I'm probably gonna have the same target as I have on my main position. Maybe we can also leave it runner towards here, but I feel like that's just a stretch, like too big of a stretch. So how much is this? 5 pips. 5 pips with, let's say, 0.3, 0.4. We can do 0.5 as well. Like this is how I usually scale in 5 lots, but I'm waiting for the close here and on the retest I'm gonna scale in 5 lots pending order sell limit on this FVG, but I do want to see a complete closure 06507 Tosi. Even now I'm always placing my entry a bit lower than the FVG where I want to take my trade, but I do want to see the complete closure, otherwise I'm not gonna take this. And stop loss is 0.65124. 124. Take profit is going to be the same level as 0.64 975. 0.64 975. So now I'm just waiting to see if we get a complete closure. Still waiting on one more candle here, and if this candle closes properly, I'm gonna scale in stop loss above the 5-minute FVG, or the 5-minute FVG, the 3-minute FVG here, and yeah, it looks like a good trade, especially now that we're confirming us holding lower with this inversion. How much do we have for 30 seconds for the 1-minute candle? Hmm. 15. You see this, apparently MetaTrader doesn't have an option that shows you, or it has it, I'm not sure if it has, but yeah. It's our second entry with a 0.5% scaling, looking to target the same, exactly the same liquidity level. So we have, yeah, we even our scaling is in the same area. This might have been a market execution, but I still think that the inverse looks good to retest. So I should have maybe been a bit cautious on waiting for that 3-minute VG, indeed, but I feel like it doesn't really matter because how we rejected buyers here were very likely to be inversing. So regardless, I think it's fine. In a case like this, my intuition validates me entering on the 1 minute, so let's see what we doing. Oh shit. Oh shitter. Shitter nigga. Stop loss probably above the 5-minute. Yeah, this is a proper scaling, I would say. Considering how we rejected on the 5-minute or the 3-minute, whatever, it looks really good. With one followed up by liquidity rate and 1-minute inversion, it looks really good to be following lower. Again, this is a very case where the TP for my scaling and my main position are the same, because I'm not really expecting, like, it's a gamble to expect price to inverse this 4-hour, so that's why. It's just a gamble to expect that 4-hour to get inverse, and we just target the main liquidity. That's it. We'll see if we get tapped in. If we don't, that's fine. That's fine. It always fine. Maybe should have been a market indeed, but yeah, I would have really fucked the spread up. But yeah, I still think this inversion is very likely to get tapped, especially since we still have this 1 minute. Probably gonna have a small reaction higher and then continue displacing. So yeah, we'll see. What are you doing? Could have been a market, maybe. Now I don't know. So I'm gonna still go and finish my coffee because I have finished my coffee. Now it's looking good. I'm really confident in showing liquidity on this trade. Really confident. Now our scaling got tapped. Yeah, now our scaling got tapped. So we're gonna be seeing what he do, Kenny. We gonna be seeing what he do, Kenny. Like this. And maybe like this. Okay, that's perfect actually. That's perfectiones. Yep, let's see. It would be nice to have a TP on my birthday, I'm not gonna lie, but that doesn't, I should not really be, how do I say, expecting that. It's just up to market to do its thing and print